Hi everyone, this is Coach Selina of Wellside Living, providing personal coaching services for women who are determined to live well and be happy. And one thing that I am not happy about is that the weather is getting colder and I do not like the cold. I cannot stand it. So in a couple of more weeks, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be all bundled up with hoodies and scarves and hats indoors as well as outdoors. And it's just not a pretty picture because all you see is just this area right here. And there have been times, sure, when I wished and even prayed about having the weather stay warmer longer. I live in an area of the world where the seasons change every season. There are different color leaves, there are flowers in bloom, there is ice cold, ice, just ice on top of ice, ice on ice on ice. And then you have the summer, you have the warmth and the sun of summer. And I wanted to bring this up to you because there are some things in our life where we pray about it and we don't receive the answer that we would like to have from those prayers. And it kind of raises the question, why pray to a God who doesn't answer us or perhaps doesn't hear us? Have you ever been in a situation where you were stuck, where you were frustrated, where you were down, you were out, you were mad? There was just an injustice that happened, and no matter what you prayed for or how you prayed or what your prayer was, God just wasn't there. God did not answer. He just left you kind of in the wind. I've definitely been there. I've been there during breakups. I've been there during job losses. And I'm definitely being there as the weather is decreasing by the day. But I can assure you that is it really God that we should be questioning whether they're there or not, or should it be ourselves that we're questioning if we're there or not? You see, let me explain this. When you pray, you're offering up a request and you're waiting for the answer, right? So God is there. You guys are having this conversation and we're both waiting for the conversation to continue. But instead of us waiting to hear back from what God has to say or what God is planning to do in our lives, we instead become impatient and we kind of walk away from the conversation. And because we're walking away, we end up taking matters into our own hands. We end up coming up with our own conclusions. We end up feeling as though we are not being heard, we're not important, when that is far from the case. So I want you guys to really pay attention to this because it happens a lot in everyone's life. And in order for us to move forward and live well and be happy, we have to be committed to not just the conversation of prayer, but we have to be committed to the wait, the response. You know, we live in a society where it's always instant gratification. You know, I just read an article the other day where on the iPhone, you have the 3 dots when you're texting someone, and that is either the most hopeful 3 dots of your life or the most dreadful 3 dots of your life. And that's kind of what happens when it comes to prayer, especially when we're facing a storm. We're waiting for those 3 dots to turn into words, and we just don't have the patience or the faith or the courage to see what those 3 dots are actually going to turn into, whether it's going to be a good outcome or a bad outcome. So my challenge to you today is this. God is always there. He never leaves us. He's right there in our worst times. He's right there at our best times. And my challenge to you is to be there with Him. Okay? If you have a prayer, if you have a concern, if you have a problem that is you're currently going through in life, I want you to just not pray about it and then see what happens, but I want you to pray about it and wait on the Lord. Okay? Wait on what He's going to say. As you're waiting, you can do things such as wait like a servant, a waiter, a waitress. You can serve God, okay? How can I continue to be love for others? How can I continue to spread joy for others? How can I continue to live my life in a peaceful way, the way that God does, okay? Because God is all of these things. And in order for us to wait for that next that next destination or that next answer, that next sense of direction, we have to be committed to the wait, and we have to serve through that wait. Okay, I hope this was very helpful to you. I know sometimes it's very inspirational to hear it in another way. We don't always want to wait, but at the same time, if you're not willing to wait, are you really ready to hear that answer? Are you really ready for that prayer to be answered? So this is Coach Selina. If you enjoyed hearing this piece of info and inspiration, then I encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching me from YouTube, or you can join my newsletter exclusive list. And that way you're going to be able to get weekly updates from what I'm doing, both in the community and throughout the world. So feel free to comment on this. Tell me what your thoughts are when it comes to the weight, when it comes to hearing God, and when it comes to whether or not you believe that God is there for you. I truly believe He is, and I hope you do too. In the meantime, comment, share, like, love, visit, grow, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.